And finally, a peek at a man-made work that has really withstood the test of time, China's Great Wall. It's thought that it was originally built by various kingdoms to keep raiding tribes from the north and west at bay. But if you want to know when it was built, well, it all depends on which section of the wall you're standing on. Some parts may be thousands of years old, while others may be just a few centuries in age. Let's take a look.
Guidebooks usually claim that the Great Wall stretches about 3,700 miles across northern China, but the overall distance covered by all the pieces combined may be much greater. Over 2,000 years ago, the first emperor of the Qin dynasty decreed that a series of walls built by smaller kingdoms should be connected to form a single wall. Linking the smaller pieces only took 10 years, but required hundreds of thousands of men, from forced laborers to soldiers. The end result was an impressive tamped earth wall designed to keep tribes from the northwest, such as the Huns, from raiding the heart of the Qin Empire. The Great Wall still stands, mostly, but its meaning has changed for many Chinese people. Some see the Great Wall as a line drawn in the dirt between the sedentary south and the nomadic north. Beyond the wall, herdsmen on horseback primarily raised livestock for a living, while to the south people settled in villages, growing crops in one place. But the line was never rigid. Cultures from both regions mingled, especially in areas closest to the wall. Despite popular wisdom, it can't be seen from space, nor is it one long contiguous work. Still, the Great Wall is rich with symbolism, and even makes an appearance in the Chinese national anthem in the line that reads, "With our flesh and blood, let us build our new Great Wall." Like their predecessors, Han Dynasty military officials in the 2nd century BC were concerned about the Huns. They extended the wall westward into the desert as if protecting trade routes, placing watchtowers at regular intervals to keep an eye out for invading forces. Coded signal fires along the wall were lit when trouble loomed, and even relayed information about enemy troop size. But the Great Wall alone was not enough to keep well-organized armies at bay. In the 13th century, the Mongols established the Yuan dynasty, and they were not the only people from beyond the wall to rule China. In the 17th century, Manchus from the northeast created the Qing dynasty, which lasted until the early 1900s. In fact, the wall was so insignificant to the imperial family that Emperor Qianlong built his summer home on the other side of it. The Great Wall seems to have been far more effective as a conduit of military information than as a defensive wall. Passes were pragmatically built into the wall at strategic locations to allow traders in, and to eject exiles out of the official empire. Towns near these passes prospered. Often, horses were brought in from the grasslands beyond the wall to be traded for tea and other goods. And caravan traders didn't leave their customs and cultures at the gate either. This meant that even remote cities close to a pass on the wall developed rich blends of cultural life, especially those located along the Silk Road, the trade route linking China proper to Central Asia and the Middle East. But the typical harsh climate, not to mention the sheer weight of time, has caused many remote sections of the wall to disintegrate. It's estimated that only about 30% of the wall is still standing in good condition. Today, most people only see sections of the wall nearest Beijing. They date back from the Ming Dynasty, when the tamped earth walls were reinforced with stone facing. Still, even one glimpse from these touristy locations is enough to remind even the most jaded tourist of the enormous undertaking this wall must have been so many years ago.
Unfortunately for you budding astronauts out there, the Great Wall cannot in fact be seen from outer space. But you should probably check that out for yourself, don't you think? Well, that's it for this edition of our show. Let's take a look at what's coming up on the next Inside China. Coming up on the next Inside China. A Beijing man liberates priceless Chinese artwork from stuffy museums by creating exact replicas for coffee tables around the world. Meanwhile, a farmer sculpts energetic originals that celebrate village life, proving to city slickers that there's more to rural culture than corn and cow tipping. That's all coming your way on the next Inside China. Thanks for watching. I'm Windishar, and we'll see you on the next Inside China. Zaijian from the Great Wall.